So I'm with Brittany Hatcher. Thank you so much for coming, Brittany. Brittany's actually eating a donut. I brought donuts. I brought donuts, so she's eating a donut. But while you're eating and you're swallowing, we named our podcast the CommCats. So
Oh, that's cute.
you're on the CommCats podcast.
I love that.
So the first thing that I want to ask you is, what are some fun facts about you?
Okay. Well, I have a lot of fun facts. So, hey everybody, my name's Brittany. First fun fact about myself is that I enjoy the arts. I love to sing. I love to dance. And one thing that I really desire, I want to be like a professional ballroom dancer. Weird, right? I know.
No, that is so cool.
Right? Yes. Okay.
I can see you
I
doing that.
blame. What's the name of that movie? Take the Lead or Take the Stage or something like that.
I don't know.
There's this movie, and it's like these high school students get detention, and so the teacher makes them learn ballroom dance while they're in detention for their punishment. Thank you. So yeah, I enjoy going to see shows. I love musicals, and I'm currently learning how to play piano. Teaching myself right now. I just have a little book and Jesus. So that's all.
I love that.
But so it says.
What year did you graduate?
I graduated from Augusta University in the summer of 2016.
So I probably should have been specific.
So I graduated literally right after I studied abroad. I went to Salamanca, Spain for about weeks. So what I did is I walked in May. People thought I graduated, but I finished my Spanish minor in Spain. So
cool. Muy bien. Right. So how do you think AU prepared you for the field within the real world? The communications field, that is.
Okay, well, I believe the most valuable knowledge I've gained is from getting involved on campus and participating in internships. One of the things that I did on campus is I was a member of the Jaguar production crew. It's the main programming board for the university. So we plan different events like Pig Out, talent shows, homecoming, and they really taught me how to execute and plan events. And so that's really beneficial in what I do in my current job. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but that was so beneficial. Another thing that I learned through my internship at the Division of Communications and Marketing.
Cool. And
so there, they taught me the principles and importance of understanding how to brand an organization and being consistent, and the importance of branding.
So I actually did a little bit of research, and if I'm not, if I am correct, you were the president of the crew, right?
No, I was not. I was one of the vice presidents.
Vice president. Okay, I think there was president in there.
Very good. Yeah, I was vice president for marketing, and so getting involved on campus and the internships, they set the foundation for what I do now. And I think it's so important to gain experience outside of the classroom as soon as possible for students, especially those in the field of communication.
Awesome. So, what brought you to AU as a student employee? What made you decide to go with working on campus?
Yeah, well, I came because it was low cost, and it was definitely more convenient. It was more feasible for me. That's the main reason why. Just low cost, and it was convenient because it's closer to home.
Well, you have a really awesome personality. You're so happy and you're so bubbly. I think that where you work is awesome. You work in the Academic Success Center. Just kidding.
Yes.
And so I think that when people are trying to succeed academically, it's awesome that they get to meet and interact with you.
Yeah, working on coming to the university and getting involved on campus helped me build strong relationships with people that I actually now work with on campus. So I returned as an employee a little bit after I graduated in December, and then this working at the university is like a really healthy work environment. The values are great, and everyone's inclusive, and so it's a great place to work.
That's awesome.
So I get to utilize a lot of the skills I learned in undergrad, like graphic design, photography, marketing, and communication. So a lot of stuff that we did in class, Not only did the internships and the on-campus involvement assist me, but also the classwork did as well.
Okay. So, how old were you when you started out at Augusta University? If you started over the age of 24, what was that transition like getting back into college? But I know you said you started right after high school.
I started right after high school at the age of 18, but I just returned recently to get my master's degree. So I'm back at Augusta University again. I started at age 24 for that. I'm 25 now. So I started last year. Well, in fall 2017.
Okay, well, we are coming to an end almost. I'm going to ask you two more questions. So, I think this question is going to be fun. Why did you choose communications as your major?
That is a good major. That is a good question, not a good major. I mean, it is a good major too, but that is a good question. One of the reasons why I chose to do it, the president of, at the time before the crew was called the crew, it had a different name, and the president, her name was Isis, and she was like involved in everything on campus. Like she was a cheerleader, she was involved with events, she was involved with homecoming, she just did everything. If she was an orientation leader, and I was just like, wow, you are like awesome. And so she was telling me about like the classes that she got to take, and one of her classes, I don't know if you guys still offer this. I don't think you guys do it anymore, but basically it was a magazine production class. Oh, cool. And so she was like, yeah, we get to make this magazine and write stories. And I'm like, what? I've always wanted to write a magazine. Like, I've always wanted to work for a magazine, like ever since watching 13 Going on 30.
And I know, she made that look so fun.
She made it look so much fun. It inspired me. And actually, 13 Going on 30 is one of the reasons why I'm in communications, because I love that, the design and the creative aspect of things. And so when I found out she was designing magazines, I was like, this is exactly what I wanted to do. Like, I've always wanted to work for a magazine. And so that's the reason why I switched my major to communications, and I haven't looked back. My focus was in public relations, but I got to take like magazine writing 1 and 2, like publication production. And so those taught me the basis for Adobe InDesign that I use now in my work.
That is awesome, and I actually love that 13 and 30 like Girl. It's so cool. There's a phrase, art. What is it? Art imitates life more than life imitates. Life imitates art more than art imitates life. Like basically, we're more inspired by the art that's supposed to be like. You get what I'm saying?
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it. But that's really cool.
Art imitates life, and life imitates art.
So, last question. So, our first speech, I'm actually taking Dr. Hayward. She is so awesome. I don't know if you took her.
I've heard really great things about her.
She is
awesome. I've not had her class yet, but everyone loves her.
I'm not sucking up because it's a great. No,
I'm being honest too, because I haven't had her.
Yeah, when I first told people, hey, I'm taking it, they were like, oh my gosh. Well, anyways, our first speech was a pet peeve speech. We had to speak about our pet peeves. And a lot of my classmates had some interesting pet peeves. So I want to ask you, what is your pet peeve?
My pet peeve. Okay. I have 2 pet peeves, but one of them is just not that big of a deal, depending on where you work. But I don't like it when people show up to work not looking professional. But that's just me. That's for the workplace. But like in normal life, lying, I do not like it when people lie. Especially, it's mostly in the movies, because in real life, I can't really tell when people are lying. But in the movies, when they're just lying, like Lifetime, I can, because I'm like, why? Just tell the truth, please. I know I'm so animated, but that's how I do it. Like, I'm yelling at the TV. That's why I don't watch Lifetime.
Really? I love Lifetime.
Girl, I cannot. TLC, I'll watch TLC.
Honestly, my 600-pound life is my show. I always watch that while I eat. But
the doctor is always yelling at someone, and that I can't deal with the doctor.
Well,
he is so funny to me. But yeah, that's my pet peeve. It's lying. But yeah.
Well, I wanted to thank you so much for even meeting. So I want to just end this by sharing a little bit. So I actually knew Brittany before this podcast because we worked together at the DoubleTree, and I actually I shared a little bit in class. I was like, she was always so positive and so happy, and you would sometimes on your break be like highlighting verses in the Bible. And if I was having a bad day, you're like, "Do you want to pray?" And I would always like reject, like, "No, I don't want to pray. No, I don't want to highlight the Bible. No, I just want to dwell in this anger or whatever I'm feeling." But I just want to end by saying thank you so much for just being consistent with who you are and just I love it. I love it. And when I saw your name on the list, I was like, I have to get her. Like, I have to get her because she's
You're
awesome.
so sweet. Oh my gosh. I can't